Alright, all my cool COVID cats and kittens. Did you guys watch that documentary? Ridiculous. You may remember this project from such YouTubes as last year's YouTubes, and why did it take so long to get back to this? We had originally planned to do a lot of, I don't know what to call it. It's not really half-assery, but we were going to take a light stab at the problem with this barn. But I talked my client into just maybe hanging on to a little more cash and doing an entire conversion to pole barn here, just like I did the other project last year. This building is a little bit smaller than that building from last year, the original pole barn conversion. So overall, knock on wood, it should be quicker, easier, especially since I've kind of ironed out my process for this exact situation. I had the 4 sawhorses in here, 1, 2, 3, 4, right along that allowed me to assemble the lifting beam. We're at about 26 feet or so all the way across the building. So I threw a 16-footer and a 10, and then a 16-footer and a 10, and then a 16-footer and a 10, and I laminated everybody with 3 screws rather than 5, which you would do for a permanent 2x10 vertically. I just used 3 every 16 inches, but that'll make for plenty strong enough lifting beam. I had to notch out this weird little spot here where some of this framing is weird because I have to pass that. We want to be under the first joist and every joist all the way to the last joist. And so the skin of the wall is missing here, and our whole beam is all the way almost to the back of the sheathing over here, and it's just brushing the sheathing over there. I could undo that wall as well and really get it in there perfect to go up, but I'm not going to bother because that's a lot of work that we don't need to go to. I have a space opened up in the sheathing here, well, inside finish or whatever, boards they're here, because again, we have to be underneath this last joist. So we're going to go up against the sheathing, and then we're going to go over a bit, and we'll be under that and still under the other one. And so now I'm just moving the sawhorses out. We got the bucket in here with strap around it, right on center basically. I moved the strap off of center because I don't want to get it stuck underneath the joist, but we're going to go up with the locations of the lifting shore brackets already on here. We're going to just do 3, so the one in the middle isn't on there, but the 2 end ones are. We'll go up and we'll just pause, and I'll swing the 2 lifting shores underneath and run them up just hand tight, and then it'll be on those, and we'll come out of here and get out of here with the skid steer. And then we'll have our lifting arrangement with 2 posts. I'll put the 3rd shore in the middle, and then we'll just snug it up. And that will be how we start here. It's the high side. It's the side that doesn't, we did uncover that, all the matched lumber on that side, just like this head, we took that all off. It meant we didn't have to take the stairs out yet. It meant we didn't have to fool with the overhead door. And it's the high side of this building. And it's just it's interesting, kind of a problem here. I didn't want to go, because everything's leaning that way. So if I were to pick up the low side, I had a feeling that everything would want to push us over. We would just continue to collapse. The low side has been underneath the pressure from the high side for some time, so I'm just going to take it up a touch higher, just snug it up, and then we'll break out the concrete. And what that should allow us to do is then move the wall in, swing in, because it'll have no reference on the ground. And we'll just move it in, and we'll put our posts underneath there, even if the wall doesn't move it until we get the posts in the ground and we force it over there. It's just kind of some fiddling around here. The other building was sort of square as it stood, despite the fact that the foundation was crumbling. There's a fisheye lens on this camera, but it is listing that way. You can see the hole for the door is out of square to the extent that it doesn't close anymore. The garage door barely goes up and down, but it's not like that at the back. If you look down the wall here, you can see, I don't know if it's easy enough to see on the camera, but you can see that the back wall starts plumb, and as we come forward, this corner comes out, because you can watch the front and back corners line up here, and then this is already eclipsing that. And if you look down the side here as well, it's because the front of the building heaved and the back kind of stayed put. It's hard to see again, but you can see at the back, the corner of the back of the building sticks out some, and this one's actually over and in that way. You can see the earlier videos from last year on what we kind of discovered had happened here. So anyway, today we're going to get the lifting beam up and the shores under it and on cribbing, and I'll get the steel plate underneath them as well to spread the load out, and then we'll get the skid steer folded up and park him in here with all of our tools. And then tomorrow we'll take some pressure, put some pressure on everything, and start removing this concrete. We also may notch these studs out and throw our beam in there first. I'm still kind of torn on what my exact order is, but as you can see, it's very much like the project we did last year. I'm not going to be as exhaustive with this one, but I wanted to show this project at least from the beginning to the end and what we were able to do here. So for now, that'll be my first update on a project in many months. On a formal project. We've had updates around the shop for things that we're doing around the house, but I don't think that they are as exciting as this, I guess. It's fun to just come in here and work every day for a week or a week and a half and totally fix this building that's had major problems for some time. And then again, concrete, they're going to do a French door. We're going to put 4 posts on this wall so we can put a French door in the middle of the wall. And we'll just do 3 posts here. So with 3 posts, 1 works out right in the center of the wall, and it would be right in the middle of where they want to have a door. So we'll have a total of 7 4x6 posts in here, and here are our 7 precast concrete footings. So then we'll peel out the brick and prep for a concrete pour, and I think we're going to leave it like that for now, but we may do electrical service, put that door in, GC the concrete pour, extend the wall down after that. Should be a lot of fun. You can see what you can do with such a special piece of architecture. If you know anything about East Aurora, New York, that's the Roycroft Inn right there. They have a beautiful home here, and it backs right up. Their backyard is right behind the Roycroft Inn, which is world renowned, and East Aurora in general, for architecture. We have this very quaint circular window and all this little dental stuff, and it matches the house. It's got all that stuff. It's hard to see here, but there's a lot of stuff like that here. So well worth doing this surgery from inside on the inside out and making this a beautiful little garden shed or 1-car garage without a lot of upset and crews of people. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you.